There is a court that has ended the monopoly of the Kenya School of Law in Kenya. If you're familiar with mambo ya lawyers, unajua unaenda university, unamaliza kadigri alafu unaenda wapi? Kenya School of Law.
Yeah.
Now, page 10 of the Daily Nation has a story. The Court of Appeal has ended an 18-year monopoly that the institution has enjoyed in offering advocates training program, which is an 18-month course that law graduates must pass to be allowed to represent clients in court. Apo kwa must. Hawezi jita advocate of the High Court of Kenya?
You must pass the bar exam.
You must pass the bar. So what was happening with this monopoly, and why was it that only the Kenya School of Law was allowed to do this? That story is on page 10. The Court of Appeal has ended an 18-year monopoly, like you said. On Friday, Justices Patrick Kiage, Lydia Chode, and Weldon Korir ordered the Council of Legal Education, which administers this exam, to develop and publish a regulatory framework and standards that would then allow for licensing of other public and private institutions to offer the course. The ATP is a postgraduate diploma and is mandatory for any lawyer who wants to be admitted to the role of advocates. Individuals who pass all 9 units in the ATP have their names published in the role of advocates through a notice in the Kenya Gazette. In 2023, February, when the petition was still at the High Court, the CLE filed an affidavit stating that a regulatory framework for licensing of learning institutions that wish to offer the ATP is already in place. So there's also a quote here, it's economically draining to affected students who have to incur huge financial burden of paying for the remarking and examination retakes. So this is something we've heard very often from law students who say that, first of all, it doesn't matter which side of the country you're from, there's only one place you go to do this course, it's the Kenya School of Law. That's one. 2, sometimes they have hinted towards irregularities where they're like a ridiculous proportion of them are failing. 9 of these units, 7 of these, 2 of these units, there's something going on there. Now, if you want to resit the exam, you pay a good chunk of money and you start afresh. You start that unit afresh, you retake until you pass. All that money goes to Kenya School of Law. That's fine. But the judge is saying there has to be a framework. It can't be a monopoly that only the Kenya School of Law can offer this one course. So mtupatie framework, then we can allow other people to do it. The Commission for the CLE, which is the Council of Legal Education, yes, are saying it exists. That regulation,
the framework is there.
It's there. It's just that it's not being used. I think it's good news for law students. No,
I think.
Why are you?
This is one of those things that. So first of all, the good thing is that there's a Council for Legal Education that is the one that is setting the standards and also sets the exam.
Yes.
Okay. The issue of students who go to Kenya School of Law and fail, the percentage that do not pass the bar exam in every year,
right,
is so high, and some of them say it's so discriminatory that you have to. You want a remark, you pay for a remark. You have to pay for a receipt, and so on and so forth. So it's really, really financially draining. And this is why this one student had gone to court, Stephen Nikita Otinga, who argued that the increasing number of aspiring lawyers had strained financial and human resources at the KSL and contributed to the mass failure by ATP students. So there are so many universities that are offering the law degree.
Right.
Licensed by the Commission for University Education and also by the CLE. Then you go into this one college,
right,
which is where you sit the exam, and many of you are failing. I think it's good to just liberalize it the same way, but of course operate within the standards and pass the one bar exam. If it's a uniform exam that's going to be administered across all those platforms, it's fine.
Right.
If then CLE is the one that determines how the setting and the marking of that exam, then it's fine. Because this one area, I agree, it's you come from whatever part of the country, you must come to Karen for those 18 months to get your law diploma,
right,
so that then you can be admitted to the bar.
It is financially strenuous. It's discriminatory.
It is.
47 counties all coming into one. Now, I don't know, there's something about maybe a standardization of now this course and whatever it looks like. If the framework exists, it would be nice to see. But I would be scared that what happens is we open it up to other institutions to offer this postgraduate. But then you start hearing, apana si tunapenda wa KSL, ondio wapoa from the employment sector. No. Well, that other university, they offer
coming in half-baked.
And that happens so much. We've seen it happen with so many courses over time.
Yeah.
It's like, no, nurses, si tunapenda wa KMTC. Like, okay, where's the standardization? And it will never be the same.
Which is a role that CLE would have to play. Make sure that the quality being offered across all those needs that you have licensed is the same. Make sure that the quality is the same. If you say that, we have now then licensed you plus the Commission for University Education or whoever, whether it's Tiveta, but I think it just should be CLE. When you are licensing somebody to offer this course,
right,
you make sure that they have everything that's required. You have the quality of lecturers that are there. You have the quality of amenities that are there, and everything. If it's about how long they serve, how they do the pupillage and all, just make sure the quality is standardized.
Right.
And then over time, people, of course, lawyers who went to KSL, because they're the ones who are employing these young graduate lawyers, will be feeling, hey, how kwenda KSL kama sisi?
Yeah.
Over time, these others who have gone to these other SLs will now start saying, actually, I prefer these students who come from such and such a place. It's over time, but we have got to start somewhere.